Hey, how's it going, you guys? My name is Demize, and we are back once again with another super awesome Terraria 1.3 spoilers video, including the release date. So let's just quickly skip to the end of this teaser video, and they have indeed confirmed the release date to be June 30th, although they did leave out the year, so here's hoping that it's actually going to be 2015. But no, it's great to finally have a definite answer to all the people that are always asking, but I guess now we'll have to wait for the release date on the console version, which will probably not be until the end of this year, judging from the time that it took the console version to get the 1.2 update after the PC version. But yeah, I was actually expecting a release date to be announced in this last week or so of the month. As you may have heard me mention this during my live streams, it just makes sense for them to do so. Otherwise, if we got to the 1st of June without any more information, people would probably start rioting in the streets because we didn't get it on that very first day. So yeah, let's get back to the start of this video, and if you'd like to watch it for yourself, you can find the link to it below, but now I'm going to start picking apart the new things that I noticed. The obvious thing is that the Underworld underwent some big changes, as it looks much more alive and dynamic, with a new great looking background giving us a stronger parallax effect, along with the lava dripping from the ceiling, and a new look for the Hellstone ore, among other items, including what looks like an Underworld themed campfire, which would be cool if they were customizable for all the biomes as well, since we do know just how much they love doing this for all the furniture types already. They also showed off some new wings that you can see at the very start of the video as he drops down, which I guess would more fall under the jetpack category, as it seems to use a bunch of different thrusters and actually moves horizontally quite nicely, just like the hoverboard. These new wings could possibly be the new top tier wings, and I think that would make sense as they will probably be as powerful, if not more so, than fish-on wings. But instead of just allowing for more flight time, it could also be adding the ability to move in any direction in a straight line, instead of moving back and forth as you would with a typical set of wings. The other thing that we see at the very start here is that you can now simply move your cursor over a sign and it'll display its text instead of having to take the time and click on it and have the dialog box pop up. So yeah, that's a pretty neat little feature. His minecart appears to be of the same color or a similar color to what looks like new ore that we'll see along the track in just a moment. And since we saw in the last spoiler videos a different looking minecart that shoots lasers, it's pretty much all but confirmed that we will indeed be able to craft many different types of minecarts that could possibly give different abilities, or at the very least look different. And now you can see some of the new looking ore as he's passing by it, and it could just turn out to be a retextured mithril, but I don't really think that's true because of how much more common this ore seems to be down here in comparison to how we typically see mithril being generated at the moment. And now here you can see that he's able to activate a switch and spawn in a shark, and then he jumps over it because why not, plus 10 cool points, and then activates a teleporter that takes him all the way above the world, which either means that he spent a really long time placing wire all the way from the top of the world to the bottom, or they are finally adding in a wireless feature to the game, which is something that a lot of people really want, as it's going to make a lot of people's lives much easier. There's also new purple and pink looking blocks at the teleporters, as well as what looks like a new green block type at the very end, with what seems to be gemspark blocks being activated to reveal the release date. You can also see that the moon in the background is a bit larger than the usual moon, but not quite as large as the previous spoiler here, so perhaps each night or so the moon will slowly get closer and closer during the event, or signaling the beginning of it until it leads up to the full-on invasion like this one where we saw the silhouette figures. And now I'm just going to quickly mention that there is indeed a new awesome soundtrack being played in the background, but let's move on to the last part of this video discussing the hotbar, where we see quite a few new items. In the first slot, we see a new weapon called the Black Hole Beater, which I'm looking forward to exactly what it will shoot out. And then in the second slot, we see the Meow Mirror Sword once again. And then we have what looks like a lunar type of drill, followed by a lunar war axe or ham axe. The fifth slot I'm pretty much clueless about, but I'm going to throw out a random guess and say that it is the summoning item for the drill mount that we saw a long time ago. But feel free to let me know what you think it could be down in the comments. The sixth one could either be a new grappling hook or more likely a new looking flail, which could just be the Sun Fury being resprouted once again if you guys actually remember that, but I'm hoping that it's actually going to be a new flail. In the seventh slot, we see what could be a new staff or a wand or possibly even a new summoning weapon, but I really have no idea, so let's skip number 8 for a second, and the last two slots are of course simply stacked blocks, so we can't really say much about that. So number 8 is obviously going to be the portal gun, and I'm really happy to see it in game finally, as it was announced or I guess mentioned since before the 1.2 update was released, and that was almost 2 years ago now. But yeah, on top of the sprite being revealed, we actually get to see it in action in this post by one of the developers, and it's honestly everything that I wished it to be. The portals look great, and it seems to maintain the same physics as you do accelerate when you travel through them multiple times, so this is seriously going to be an awesome new feature for adventure map builders out there, as long as they also add some sort of new paint or block type that it doesn't allow for the portals to be placed on. But of course, this is being nitpicky as we really don't know much about how they operate in the game and what restrictions they already have. Although it does turn out that only playable characters will be allowed to travel through them, so no NPCs or enemies will be able to, as explained in this follow-up post, at least for now, so they could possibly figure that out and add it in later. And I think that pretty much covers everything. As always, I'm sure I missed a little thing here or there, so leave a comment below if I did, or confirm with other people about your theories for the update. But yeah, these new spoilers are fulfilling everything that I could have wanted for the update, as you remember me talking about how the Underworld could use a makeover in the previous video, as well as the release date finally being confirmed, as people would otherwise be very disappointed when June 1st came around and they were expecting an update that wasn't quite ready yet. So also I guess congrats to all of you guys that have a birthday on June 30th, as you're getting a pretty awesome present. So once again, leave your own thoughts on all these new spoilers in the comments below, and make sure that you subscribe, as I will definitely be posting a ton of new videos when the update comes out, and yeah, have a nice day.